Welcome to This Week with Old Sarge. Yep, son number three, my director, done fixed up the old flashlight thing that kept coming on with the recordation. So, me and Christmas Pig no longer getting our retinas burned out. So, thank you very much, son number three. Doing a hell of a job. So, this week, I'm going to talk about the dangers of being a trooper coach. So, when a trooper graduates the academy, gets sent to their first station, they get paired up with a more senior trooper who's been trained as a trooper coach, gonna take them underneath their wing and show them how to apply all that book learning to real world type situations out on the road. So my classmate, he's a trooper coach, and it's winter time, so they're dressed up in the old winter uniform, got the big old thick heavy blouse on, and they're out on patrol, him and his brand new recruit right out of the academy. So a call of a motor vehicle accident comes in, a bunch of troops call up and they're close and they're out with it. My buddy, he decides, well, you know what, I'll take my recruit by there and we'll stop and we'll use it as like a training kind of situation, show them how things being done. So they pull up there, they got the emergency lights on, park the car, like you're supposed to, got a nice taper leading away from the accident scene, so people coming up on the accident scene know to move to the left lane's clear on the interstate, they can continue on their travels. So he says, you see how we got the troop cars lined up, this is what you're going to want to do at an accident scene. And he's like, all right. And he said, you see we got a flare line up here, roadway flares. Get my little handy demonstrator fat pencil out here. Imagine this thing being about a foot long, about as big around as your thumb. It's got a little plastic cap on the top, so you pull the flare out, pull the cap off, turn the cap around. It's got a little aggressive surface there, so you're going to strike this thing kind of like a match. But you want to hold it out here and strike it away from your face while you're looking down, because sometimes they explode a little bit in your face. So you want to have your face down and never strike it towards you. So he's going over things like this with his recruit there, at the scene, and guy's getting it. All right, I see what's happening. So the accident's almost cleared up. Tow trucks are there hauling off the wrecked cars. He said, the last thing we got to do is clean up the scene. We can't leave flares all over the highway burning. So in this case, you want to work backwards, looking at the traffic, walking against traffic. You want to start at the accident scene and start putting flares out back to where the flare line originally started. Makes sense if you think about it. So he says, you see them two troopers up there, and they're grabbing flares and they're tossing them at the ground like you toss a pocket knife when you was a kid trying to stick the blade in the ground. If you hit that flare at a 90-degree angle on the roadway, it hits, and all that molten sulfur and stuff that's burning, making the flare burn, just goes splat and the flare goes out. Yeah, perfect. Pick it up, toss it on the shoulder. Go up to the next one, do the same thing. So his coach turns to talk to another trooper about something. This young fellow right out of the academy, he's like, all right, I see what these guys are doing. I'll do the same thing. So he goes and picks up a flare, tosses it down like a pocket knife he wants to stick in the ground, hits it at a 90-degree angle, poof, goes out. Hey, maybe I got the hang of this. Toss it on the shoulder. Goes up the next one, same thing, poof, goes out perfect, tosses it. Now he's getting pretty close to his trooper coach, who's looking, facing traffic, as they're working their way down. He's getting pretty close to him, but he's going to grab this next flare, and he goes to do the same thing, but he doesn't get that 90-degree hit. Gets more kind of hit like that, and that molten goo that's on the end of that thing, that magma-looking stuff, goes flying and hits his trooper coach right in the back. Now this stuff, this big glob is on fire. And he's, trooper coach is wearing this big old heavy blouse. So he's on fire too. So his blouse is on fire, and this new guy's like, holy crap, I just set my coach on fire. What the hell do I do? We've got a million thoughts just flying through his mind all of a sudden. He remembers he's wearing his issued leather gloves. So he goes running up there and starts pounding on his coach's back. And his coach is like, "What the hell are you doing? Get the hell! What are you doing?" He's like, "You're on fire! You're on fire!" And he's like, "How the hell am I on fire?" He's like, "Well, I was taking the flares and I was hitting them and it splattered you." Not a good way to start off your coaching experience, by setting your coach on fire, plus having to do the paperwork for your damaged uniform that's issued. Not something you want to deal with. So, everybody survived, everybody's fine, no injuries, just the doggone blouse, big old hole burned in it, and a hell of a story. So, shout out section this week. Father's Day just came and gone. So all you real fathers out there involved in your children's life, doing the right thing, showing them the right way to do things, being that trooper coach to them for a lot longer than 2 months. We appreciate you. Thank you. Raising up the next generation right. My B troopers out there, keep doing the right things, holding up to your oath, doing it right the first time, every time. We appreciate you. Take care. And thank you. Military, appreciate what you're doing overseas. A lot of stuff happening back here at home, but you're still out there doing that professional job. We appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you very much. So till next week, me and Christmas Pig, bye for now.